What are some common areas and errors that you find on credit reports when it comes to autos or repos in general?
Sure. So, the big one I think I covered a little bit, which is the auto loan versus a credit sale type concept, but also the third-party debt collectors that purchase these debts or that service the debt on behalf of someone. If they start reporting that to the credit report, many times they, at least from what I've seen, not many times, 100% of the time, report the holding creditor, the previous holder of the contract, as the original creditor. And that's not true in the order of things, because the dealer, the seller of the product is the original creditor.
So you're telling me that I buy a car from you, and I'm getting a car from Kim, and when I go back to try to look at my credit report and see how it's reporting, it's not going to say Ken, it's going to say insert big car company, no offense to them, but like a Toyota or a Chrysler or Santander is a big creditor for cars, right? Sure. It's going to represent that creditor as who I bought the car from. But that's not true, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And so while they might have bought the paper, they're now being treated as almost like the dealership, right? And so how does that affect the reporting? Now that's an error for sure.
Well, Toyota, if let's take Toyota for example. Toyota
Sure.
finances a car for someone that buys a car at a Toyota dealership, and that's fine that they're reporting that way. But if it becomes a deficiency and a third-party debt collector gets their hands on that, the third party is going to say that Toyota was the original creditor, and that's where the problem is.
Because then it's harder to resolve if there's an issue with or discrepancy.
It's definitely harder to resolve. If you're a consumer, it's harder to defend yourself because, as you know, and much better than I do, is if you're in a courtroom and you're trying to figure out how did this debt originate, that would be one of the things you'd want to know, and who the original creditor is, how it was assigned from one party to the other. You'd want to know that the dealer is the original creditor.